Thanks, Marshall. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Q&A. My name is Gary Gurr. I'll be hosting, and Matt's going to be driving documentation for us. The first big announcement, of course, is the initial deadline is rapidly approaching. It's less than 2 weeks away, the 13th. And as a reminder, CalPads will be offline the 14th, 15th, and 16th for some back-end work. And then it'll be back online on that Tuesday, the 17th. The other announcement that we have is Fall 1 training. There was an email that was just sent out. I'm sorry, Fall 2 training. And so go ahead and take a look at this. Check your emails. Training scheduled to start December 10th. First session is at 9:30. And then there's some more information about that. And then another issue that I just wanted to mention, because we're getting a lot of tickets on it, is the Cella ODS extract. There was an existing issue that they had, and they were working on some fixes, and partial fix seemed like it caused something else to go haywire with the Cella ODS extract, where it may be missing students, or you may have students that are RFEP'd, but it's coming back with their previous EL records. You don't see them as RFEPs, you see them as ELs. So that they already have a fix for that. It's going to be part of this known issue 7066, which may or may not be on the known issues yet, because we just got this right before the meeting. So either it'll be put in on Tuesday, or they may do something quicker. I don't know, but they do have a fix, and it should be taken care of. So that's a big one. Even though the title for this doesn't really match with what the problem is, this is a different issue they were working on that is kind of related. So part of the fix for this issue will also fix the other issue. And I think that's all I had. Angela, did you have any announcements about issues and
Matt,
such?
if you could drive to the known issues page. And under active issues, search on 16.14. I just heard that we have good news on that one, that they made the change. It has to do with the reference file that we get from the school directory office. So they've made that change, so that will get fed into CalPads tonight. So starting tomorrow, as you get new revisions, if I think there's only 61 schools that have this issue, but if you're one of them, those preschoolers should show back up on 16.12 and 14 tomorrow. And then under that same box there, could you search on 7050? 7050. That one was included in yesterday's release as well. It just got missed getting updated, so that one is fixed. That is the general education participation range was not calculating correctly.
Perfect. And CDE, any announcements or anything to bring up, Sean, Dominic?
Nothing specific.
Nothing either here. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I have my first Q1 is from Becky. Says, if I am not mistaken, we were told that a teacher on a leave of absence needs to be 100% instead of 0 moving forward if they have a non-classroom based job assignment for the 6018. Is this correct? That is correct, and Sue-Ann agrees with me. Thanks, Sue-Ann. It's no longer 0. There's even an error around that. I can't remember off the top of my head if you do use the wrong thing. I mean, at first the error was coming up, but it wasn't ready yet, but I think it's all worked out now.
Yeah, and then the flash for that should be coming out very shortly. We were trying to get it out last week, I know, but it was a short week. So it should hopefully be coming out this week.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Along those same lines, I just learned something today about that too, is if you have a teacher on leave, they do need to put in course information, their staff assignment and course information, even if they're on leave, or you'll get I can't remember the error now. 628, I think it is. Error. Okay, next Q1 is from Eva. I have a student who enrolled in an online school. What would be the best reason to use for online school?
What type
Oh,
of,
exit reason for an online school. I think, wouldn't it be the same
it
as
would be
any
what
other?
type of online school? So, Eva, it's in the FAQs. You need to know what type of online school. Is it an online school here in California? If so, that's a public school, and you're going to transfer them with a T-160. If it's an online out-of-state school, then that's considered a private school, and then that would be the T-180. So you do need to do your due diligence and have your withdrawal information followed up for on the student and determine where that student is continuing their education at.
All right. Next question, Q1 from Terry. Did not see the link to the training on the calendar for the bridge. I know that email just came out. I'm not sure if it's up on the training bridge yet, I guess. I don't work in that part of this
Yeah, can
system.
one of the
So
trainers check that for us and let us know what you find? We'll come back to you, Terry.
hey, next question, Q1 from Trish. Would this be reported as an incident? Zara was upset that she got in trouble with another student for playing in the restroom, so she slapped the other student on the face. Parent was notified via phone. Student received other means of correction. I think slapping is an incident.
So I would recommend looking up the definition of an actual incident and then also noting that incidents are determined by your LEA admin for whether or not they are a reportable suspension or expulsion offense. And then those are the types of incidents that are being reported unless it is a behavior emergency.
Right, Sean. Next Q1 is from Cami. Will a LIP 302 record for an English only student cause an error? We have two sections of dual immersion where our EO students are receiving Spanish and the EL students are receiving English.
We don't validate against that.
Yeah. So it won't. It will if you have an EL student without the program, but not the EO. Question 1 from Stephanie. Should we upload our previous SELA extract or just wait for the fix? I uploaded it today and all my info in Aries is now incorrect. Yeah, that's what we get a lot of tickets on that. Yeah, I'm not sure what you guys do by uploading the SELA extract on that side, but the fix is coming. I don't know. What do you think, Angela? Should they just wait for the fix?
Yeah, it sounds like it might come tonight. So maybe just wait till the morning and check the known issues and see if that one's fixed.
Question 1 from Melissa. Regarding the issue with the September direct certification, the email states, if feasible, LAA should remove all students uploaded from the September extracts or delete those students identified in the September extract who were not identified in the October extract. Question, where should LAs remove the students from? SIS, CALPADS, food service, or all systems? And what are the consequences for not removing the students? From that email, my interpretation is from your student information system. CALPADS should be good to go.
But also your food services, if they're not in your October file, as certified anywhere. If there's sometimes you'll still see September kids certified, but those are correct. It's just that one, if you downloaded it in September, there were students who were flagged incorrectly. So whatever is there right now is good. So if you find kids that you maybe put in your food services that shouldn't have been, I would remove it there. If you put in an FRPM record in CalPads, remove that there. and in your SIS as well.
It would be direct cert, so they shouldn't have put in an FRPM record. They
You'd
shouldn't.
be surprised, Sean. A lot of people do. Even though you don't need to. Some people tell me, well, I kind of like it because it helps me reconcile my numbers. Because once the students leave their school, so if they left in like November, they no longer show on their direct cert file. So it just makes reconciling a little bit easier if you have an FRPM record, but definitely not needed.
Not needed, and if you do put both in, they're not counted for both at the total at the end. They're only counted unduplicated once.
So the consequences, Melissa, you're going to have inflated counts potentially. If that was the only reason they showed up on 1.18, and you don't remove it, your counts are going to be higher than they should.
All right, next question from Shelley. I have 2 students that were foster on October 2nd, but we can't seem to get the students to show up as foster. Therefore, the students are not on my unduplicated list. I did do a ticket with Angela, and the manual match didn't work. I contacted the county of San Bernardino, where the students were out of, and the foster focus person wanted me to manually match in CALPADS, but again, that didn't work. Any idea of how I can get them on my unduplicated list?
So I'm exhausted of all my tricks on that one, Sean. If you have any feedback for Shelley, the client IDs she's using are not in our table, so she can't do the manual match.
Sorry, I thought this was a ticket because I was like, I literally just answered one like this. So I would be very cognizant of the definition for CalPADS reporting for LCFF foster youth. Okay, not all foster youth students are going to appear just in your foster youth match file. And that's because, again, they don't meet that definition of a foster match. So I would, one, go through and read the definition in detail. And then connect with your LEA homeless liaison. If your LEA homeless liaison still has questions or so, I would recommend them reaching out either to their county office homeless liaison or your local agencies to determine if this student indeed actually meets those qualifications. And again, most students, you'll realize very quickly that they don't, just by reading through the documentation. However, if there's a student that you know with 100% certainty that yes, a social worker is saying that they placed them there, then yes, please put in a ticket then and put my name on it.
All right. Next question is from Suanne. It's for Dominic. Her usual new question. I'm assuming it's documentation or some sort.
It's that data guide. No updates to report at this time. I'm sorry to say.
And Gary, the question about the calendar on the LMS, the 10th fall 2 data population is showing on the calendar.
It is now, okay.
And I put the link in the chat.
Oh, thanks, Marshall. All right, next question. Q1 from Alejandra. Are snapshots slowing down? I had one fatal error, which I cleared this morning and have not made any other changes in CalPAD since 12 o'clock. The last snapshot I have is yesterday at 6:36 p.m. Well, it depends on a lot of things, but it could be slower.
Yeah, I'm working with one, but it's LA Unified, so they are always an exception, right? But it's taking a long time. But there is a trick, Alejandra, Matt, if you want to navigate to the data discrepancy page, just to verify that your fix worked so that the next snapshot will be error-free. So on the left-hand nav, there's the data discrepancy. Go ahead and put Madeira in there. And then apply filters. And I did this already, and it looks like it's cleared. So That's the good news. So, and then your next revision should be error-free.
Would be good. Yep. Awesome. Terry did confirm it's on the bridge now. Thank you. Question one from Charlene. For non-classroom assignment for 12 and 27 job class, can we use assignment code 6020? Or what assignment code should we use for resource specialist? I also
Not
think there's an
6020.
FAQ. Not 6020?
No, for resource specialists, was it 9231, Dom?
Yeah,
Do you
no,
need, sorry. Do you need to assign a course and use state course code 9231? It's
Yeah.
not a
Thank you.
non-classroom code.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, Kai. Yes, I had the code right. I just didn't have the placement.
Can you repeat the code again?
9231 is the course code that gets assigned to them. So they get assigned as either a 12 teacher or 27 itinerant. And then the 9231, and that guidance is detailed in like 5 different places on the FAQ.
Yes, it's in the FAQ. And Sue Ann mentioned,
Also,
oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Sean.
I was answering another question for the foster youth definitions and foster youth under LCFF. I linked that in the chat for anyone that needs that.
Oh, thank you. And just a reminder, I say Sue Ann put in there, when you do have the 27 students are not required. And Rebecca put in a great resource documentation link in the Q&A as well. Thanks, guys. Question one from Nancy. I am currently trying to reset my consultant's password in CALPADS, but when I click on the user management, I receive an access denied message. Should I go ahead and place a ticket for this, or is there something I can do on my end to resolve the issue? Guess we probably want a ticket to verify your account.
She's not the LEA admin.
Oh, she's
So
not the-
yeah, Nancy, you don't have the LEA administrator role. So whoever is that person in your district has to do that.
And then for CalPADS administrators, please make sure that if assigning CalPADS access to someone that is not employed by your LEA, please ensure to read through the actual CalPADS application and know what those qualifications are as they pertain to statute law.
Yes. Okay. Question one from Natasha. Follow up on Trish's question, aren't all incidents that contain an offense that is a violation of Ed Code reportable, regardless of suspension, expulsions, or other actions, including 300 other means of correction?
Yes, they are, but not all incidents are counted as either suspension or expulsion. That's up to your suspension and expulsion offenses are determined by your LEA admin.
Becky, I see your Q2. We'll come back to that soon. I see your Q2. Q1 from Larney. Is there a validation in CalPADS on the 3 years U.S. enrollment indicator, yes or no, for immigrants when it is imported to CalPADS? Do you validate when we import an indicator of no and say, no, student has 3 years worth of enrollment? Is there a validation? At what point do we get a validation? I don't believe we do have a validation because we don't check to see if a student has been there. If I'm right, it's up to.
You're right. Yeah, we don't
Local, yeah.
validate for that.
Yeah, because it's cumulative, it's up for the LEAs to track.
Q1 from Eldrick. I uploaded an SPRG file with 30,000 records this morning at 8:24, and it is still showing as validating. CalPADS seems slower today compared to yesterday, but I'm not sure if there's an issue with the file itself. Should I cancel the current file and reload a new one?
Well, this is usually what we see this time of year, right? The closer we get to the deadline, the busier CalPads gets and the slower it goes. Since it's a large file, Eldrick, I'd say no, don't do anything. Just let it do its thing. It might have gotten deprioritized because it's so large, and maybe they have it set to post later in the evening. I'm not sure. But if it's still there in the morning, definitely put in a ticket and let us know.
All right. Q1 from Susan. So would removing all direct certs in our assists and then add only for the October and November direct certs solve the problems created by the September direct cert issue? Then we could cross-reference with CalPads and make sure all 180, 182 records are correct. Sorry for the repeat question, as I see this was brought up at 304 as well. This situation just has me really confused. I think that would be right.
I didn't understand the question.
Um,
I mean,
well,
I heard it, I just didn't understand. It was, I didn't
I think they
understand.
And
may have,
she's trying to reconcile to make sure that she's correctly reporting all of her students for the LCFF. So
Yeah,
I
but
think
she was talking about October and November, and those files are good.
they are, but if
yes.
if a user in September took the September file and did something with it, Sean, like created FRPM records or put them in their nutrition services, there's a potential that some of those kids should not be in there. So I think she's trying to figure out a way to make sure that the kids are all flagged correctly. Um,
So she would
but
compare her October to her September file and any students that aren't in the September. I mean, any students that aren't in the October file, but that were in the September file, which was much smaller, then she would remove those September students.
yeah, I think that's a good approach.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And thank you for letting me talk that through because I was so lost.
It gets a little more confusing because the current file has September results in it, right? But they're accurate, and so you have to go
They're
find
accurate though.
you have to go find that file that you downloaded in September, and then compare that to your current file.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay, next Q1's from Sarah. I arrived a little bit late. Is there a problem with uploading the SOLA files? Our sys just updated our language codes to the three character codes, and I need to replace all the data previously submitted from the beginning of the school year up to census day. Uploading the SOLA files in CalPads, there's not a problem. We do have a problem with the SOLA ODS extract, if that's what you're talking about. It's missing some students, and it's also not bringing the current status of the student. For instance, if they're RFEP, it's coming out as their EL records and other examples like that. However, we expect a fix may go into this evening for this, so check again on the extracts tomorrow. From Q1 from Siobhan. After looking at our California school dashboard, we are finding our numbers are a lot lower than last year. My director has left our district, or I'm sure I'll be able to ask her, but I'm wondering what defines a cohort, trying to see why we dropped so much. The four-year cohort?
Yeah,
That
sounds like she's asking about the 4-year cohort.
four-year cohort. So for the four-year cohort, when it's the students' ninth grade entry or interpreted ninth grade, so if they come into you as an 11th grade, when would have they have been a ninth grader? That's when they're entered into their four-year cohort, and it's exactly 4 years from when they either started ninth grade or would have started ninth grade. That's what puts them in the cohort.
Matt's got a really good resource up. Matt, if you want to maybe put that in the answer box for her.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Also, maybe grab the 15.1 mapping guide.
Uh-huh. And then I just recommend CalPADS to the dashboard handbook.
That's a good one too. Lots of documentation. Can't get enough documentation.
You're in the wrong spot, Matt. If you just type in 15.1 and then search the actual
Oh, the
search.
search. Yeah.
Yeah, it's under
box.
I do that
accountability.
too, Matt, so don't worry. Okay,
So,
there are
yeah.
some days that I'm like, wait, why can't it? I'm like, why isn't it coming up? And I'm like, oh, go in the wrong spot.
I appreciate your understanding. Thanks, guys.
That's fine. So the other way they get to it is under functionality map. It's an accountability report. That's what other way you would find it.
Thanks, Gary. I learned something new.
Yep.
I use that search bar for everything.
All right. Next Q1 is from Padma. If we have a November direct cert data in, we are okay to certify, right? Do we need the December direct cert data? Yeah, no, you don't need the December. It's only the November direct cert data that's included, not the December direct cert. So if you got the November direct cert in and no errors and everything looks good on your reports, yeah, by all means, certify.
Thank you, Padma, for putting the questions back to back so we can remove both.
Q1 from Linda, where may I find more information about which staff should or should not be receiving a CalPADS count?
That is a wonderful question, Linda. Thank you so kindly. Okay. Matt, you're on the perfect page right there. And it's up top there. I want to say it's either under the getting started or the functionality map. LEA, quick start guide. And then if you scroll through to the middle, it'll tell you LEA, the roles, user roles, tables. Oh no, go back. Oh yeah, right there. Sorry. You just did it a different way than me. Sorry. Linda, right there. And if we can put that link in to Linda's question. Okay, and then Linda, that tells you also what type of access people should have as well too. So not just who, but what type of access they should have.
All righty. That's all the Q1s. UN does have a comment, and it's a good comment. Just because you are error-free, if you have warnings, you do want to take a look at those for any potential issues.
Mhm.
Okay, up to the Q2s. First Q2 is from Becky. Follow up on the leave of absence. You mentioned that a course needs to be assigned. Should we place the LOA teacher as the lead and the substitute as a co-teacher or shared assignment?
No, neither. You would please don't do that one. Co-teachers and that's very specific. So you would report the teacher. Well, I don't remember her first question, but basically, and thanks, Angela, because you're typing. So basically, you report the leave of absence teacher as what they would be teaching. And Angela, she's typing because she presented on this at the regionals. That was actually her slide. So I'm pretty sure she's putting in her slide answer, which
Oh, I
is
just
wonderful.
typed in the FAQ, Matt, if you want to drive to that
Yeah, okay.
page. And then I think I just searched on leave. That's the one.
There you go. And what I learned today is you will get a SDEM 0684F2 error if you do not put the course information.
And your substitute teacher, again, if they're not the teacher of record, then you're not reporting them to us.
And substitutes should be reported as the teacher of record in vacancies, not in situations of teachers being on leave.
Very
There
good.
you go. Thank you.
Q2 from Suan. What type of course would you assign to a teacher on a leave of absence? And we kind of answered that. It's whatever course that they're teacher of record on. And including students if they're a 12 teacher. Q2 from Larney. Follow up on the cello file ODS extract. Is the issue also that when we pull the cello ODS file, an old TBD LS from 2 years ago was pulled? I found out we updated our sys with incorrect ELS from ODS extract I pulled yesterday. Anything else we need to be looking for in regard to this issue? Yeah, it is definitely pulling old records. So again, hopefully that fix will go in this evening.
I'm not feeling the love for SPED right now. I don't feel like we're getting enough SPED questions.
I beg your pardon. I had plenty of sped questions on.
Yes, he did. He had a long
I was
session
waiting
on
for that.
Monday. He answered them all on Monday. Oh, 3:33 and we're out of questions.
Just a reminder for those of you who are having trouble logging into Bridge to sign up for trainings, your user ID is your first name dot last name at my.ficmat.org. That dot between my and ficmat, people forget that a lot. So I think you get an OSNAP error if that happens.
I used to forget the my. And then I saw someone else mentioning, like, yeah, if you have more than one Microsoft account, then you got to remember to switch over. Yes, that is correct too.
There we go. Q1 from Joanne. If my SPED coordinator still needs some time, but I'm ready to certify, would that be acceptable or should I wait until Monday? Thanks in advance.
Glad you know what that meant. I'm sorry. Like, y'all gonna have to give me a cheat sheet.
Acronyms.
Yes, because I'm like Tia. Okay, well that means auntie in Spanish.
Don't you have kids, Sean?
I do, but I mean, I get bruh or I get period, and I get stuff that like I know what it means, and I'm like, oh, okay. But please, I'm like, oh, I don't know. um, oh, sorry. Well, oh, to answer your question, Joe, sorry. I would wait for your SPED coordinator to certify. I recognize that, yes, you are done. I would, see however you could possibly help them if so. But I would try and wait till your SPED coordinator has reviewed it just in case any changes do need to be made. Then that way you can go ahead and that way you all can go ahead and make them collaboratively before certifying.
I would agree with that, particularly if there are data that are being updated to correct or report new meetings, for example, for timeline compliance, which is data that is being pulled on December 13th. You want to allow them time to get that reported.
Thank you. Q3 from Suan. I just knew this was going to be a lot. Maybe this needs to be a ticket, but okay, I'm really confused. You would report the current course for the teacher on the leave of absence. I know I went through the same thing with requirements earlier today, Suan. And yes, you would. But how can you report the students under a teacher on a leave of absence? So they're the teacher of record. So it's just like they're still the teacher, even though there's a substitute in there. What do you do if your SIS is the teacher is assigned, if in your SIS, if the teacher is assigned to the LOA teacher? How would the sub teacher then manage grades and attendance? I'm not sure on the local level Oh, that
So
would work.
those, yeah, so Suzanne, for those, the last two portions of your question, or the last two questions of your answer, you would need to talk to your sis to be able to do so. Do I know that vendors are able to accommodate this? Yes, but those specifics of how you would code that in your sis, please ask them or put in a ticket with them. And Lou said it too. And yeah, Lou, that as a former Aries user, yes, but I don't know what system Suzanne's using or if she has Flex and everything else. But are they able to accommodate you? Yes.
Okay, Q1 from Alex. Is there an update on the issue with the 8.1a ODS report?
Just looked it up and no, we don't have an update on that one. It's in the next release, but it doesn't even look like it's been assigned out yet.
Thanks, Alex. In short, that means Angela's working on it diligently.
Not me. We've handed it off to the developers and testers, so it's in their court now.
And Joanne had a comment. I usually do just have a funeral to attend this coming Friday. Sorry about that. So just wanted to ask just in case. Thank you. All right, 3:38. We killed 5 more minutes. Any more questions?
I don't know, but between Kai and Alex in the chat, I'm just like, you guys are having fun. I love it. And we've
Suan's
gotten the
asking.
question a few times about how's Alex doing.
Yeah. As far as I know, she's doing pretty good. Her baby is super cute from the pictures I've seen.
She owes us the turkey outfit she had for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
She told us she's going to send us a picture of that, and we haven't seen it yet. She's part-time-ish now, so we haven't seen her all week. She will be here all day tomorrow.
Oh, a full day tomorrow?
Full
Not just
day
a half?
tomorrow and Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
poor lady.
We were just talking earlier today. We're having our holiday party on that day that the system is down. We're hoping Alex brings the baby. We're all excited.
Yay. That is exciting, that is.
Sean, do you know which user group that email went out to today, the training announcement? I think I asked for it to go to the LEA administrators. So some of you that didn't get it, that could be why, if you're not signed up as the administrator.
I'm not in the stand-up meeting, so I don't know. Thor might know.
Oh, no, it wasn't in the stand-up. It was just yeah, the training announcement thread that we had going before it went out. So
No, I thought that's when you asked for it to go out today. That's what I thought you meant. But
no.
no, I can look though. Give me a second.
It
Well,
looks
give me a
like
few
there are
minutes.
some delays. Some folks got it around 2:30. Some folks got it around 3 o'clock, 3:21.
There's a big delay because of the way that it goes out through the system that it goes out to. So we can get mass messages out. It doesn't just go out as an email. So it basically just kind of ticks off one by one and goes through this massive list.
Only got 2, one at 2:26 and one at 2:30.
Yeah, I got it
That
twice
means
as
they
well.
might have 2 accounts. Yeah.
So I have a question. When Alex comes back full time and starts hosting the Q&As, Matt, are you going to keep keep helping us out in these Q&As? Because you do a great job.
If you guys let me, I would love to stick around.
Okay,
But
it'd be nice to get
I am
another one.
excited to get Alex back in here. I feel
Yeah.
like she was a really good presence in the Q&As.
Yep.
Also, while I'm off mute, shout out to the Ride or Die LEAs that were here last Wednesday. There weren't very many of you, but we noticed your dedication.
Well, should we give everyone 15, 18 minutes back?
I just want to make sure, Rebecca, you were able to log in to Bridge. Okay,
It
great.
was.
I'll let Greg know. Okay. She reached out to him.
Angela, it went out to both, and it looks like we did it. It's only 70. It's still going, people. It's only 75% complete. So if you haven't gotten it, there's another 25% that it still needs to get to. Don't worry. It looks like it will get there. Yeah, one's 75% and one's 76%, and one has like 5,000 recipients, and the other one has about 2,500. So it's in progress.
Charlene has a Q2. Did we ever fix the problem with the spring ODS generates duplicate records? And then she found out that it's still listed, but I thought, didn't that one have a fix available, or was I thinking of a different one?
It's been fixed available for a while, and I never fully promoted it to implemented because I didn't believe it.
Oh,
So I had a user give me a really concrete example. So and I shared it with the developer, and he said, "Oh yeah, that is a defect." So that's that new one. So I'll just close them both out at the same time once we have the actual fix in. But there was a workaround to that, right? Folks were just removing the dupes before you loaded it to your sys. There you go. Thanks, man.
And then I'll do a shameless plug forgive me because I never get the name of this right. Hold on, actually, I might have it. I've asked Rebecca like 5 times. There we go. And so Rebecca will get the name right. So for the CALPADS statewide leadership training series, there is one that is occurring on Monday for Los Angeles County. Rebecca sends her heart emojis, and Matt's laughing because he'll be there too. So yes, if your COE hasn't already signed up for that one, either please reach out to your COE and or reach out to LACO in order to be able to join if you're in the area.
Sounds like you're going to be at that one, Sean.
I think I've been at all of them, but I'll be in person at that one. Yes. And then Rebecca, do we have one after that?
There's a couple more.
is there a Zoom option for it? Shelley's asking.
I believe so, but I am not the best person to ask.
I think that one, they're really encouraging people to be in the room though, right? And it's really is geared towards the administrators, like superintendents and CBOs and such.
The Zoom option is watch party option, so it's still folks that are in conference rooms that are watching together, usually at the county level.
And then Rebecca said that'll be the last session for session 2. So thank you.
Yeah.
We will have sessions for end of year. I believe they'll be in March, but we will have some more sessions this year. April. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like LACO, Madera, and SCOE.
Is there a link to that watch Zoom meeting that Charlene's asking?
No, because it goes to the one person who's at the county office, And so they join in that room and all watch together. So it's not like you can just,
Yeah.
log in from your computer at your desk.
And Rebecca provided her email for folks to inquire with. So thank
You're
you,
brave,
thank you, Rebecca. You are brave, and you're an amazing presenter, and I'm excited to see you on Monday.
David, yes, there still should be spots. Contact Evan.
Well, 13 minutes.
Okay, I think it sounds like we've met everybody's needs for
Okay.
today, so let
All
us
right,
get
folks.
back to our
Angela.
tickets.
Thanks everyone for attending today, and thanks for all the help from everyone. And we will be back again next Wednesday.